Okay, hello everybody. So I guess I'm back. I apologize, a little bit of the night streaming here, or it's like 1:30. I apologize. It's like a half an hour until 2 here, so it's like a light night stream. I will say it's not too late, and it's not for not from my perspective, but because I often up even later than this. Yeah, okay, I adjust my display as always. So you can guys, girls, you people, I already mentioned it. If I say guys, I actually mean people, so nobody should feel left out. I just used to saying guys. I decided to do a little bit of the night stream. I am kinda tired, just wanna want to put that out. So basically, if I run into some bigger problem, I'm probably gonna be too tired to debug it, so I will leave it for the next stream. But as long as problem is not too great, I'm confident I'll be able to tackle it even in this state. Okay, so I didn't see any comments on my videos on YouTube, so I guess there's no suggestions on what to implement next. So I'm gonna start with basic next thing that I said it will be avatar upload, right? And I'm gonna do that. Let's just take a quick look on our API, the PHP, and here's the old basic endpoints that have been implemented so far. So we have this is just authentication basically. So we'll have another here. The next one is going to be well. Now I'll do first just avatar upload, but later I'll basically do general upload because let's say the requirement for our feature is this. Client wants to implement the user avatar upload. Basically, almost every application will have this feature. That's why I will demonstrate and implement it here. But let's say a client also wants to, and he basically said to us that he in the future plans to add some other image uploads. Let's just stick with images for now. Maybe we will generally go to file uploads at some point. So he just noticed to us, he like hinted to us he would like to add in the future, basically the other feature that will upload other images, and that's the set in stone feature. So he basically upgraded to that. He actually paid our firm, our company to do that in some on the following sprints. So we know that's gonna be implemented. Uh, that's why the second way I'm gonna implement this avatar upload, it will be the way that's ready for any file upload in the future. So we will just have to do a little bit extending on our code base, and we will implement the upload any image that we want. But for now I will just focus on the avatar, and then I will extend this. So this avatar upload is gonna be in the users group because I just start with the controller as usual. Usually when I start this start a new feature, if I build an API, I usually start with the controller. But I'll create new directory. Here we can be called user because it's gonna be user group of controllers. And I'll create new controller. Let's call it just avatar upload controller. So I'm gonna implement simple avatar upload first, and now I'll just add the route immediately to that controller. API. Here I'm gonna add new route group. Route group. And this is gonna be user. Let's go plural. I would go. No, not group. I'm sorry. Not group prefix. Prefix is not gonna be up API, but I'm just gonna users. I'll go with plural. And now in this group, we're gonna just add now our routes. Now let's add here. There's gonna be route post and user slash avatars. I actually had a cool name for this video, but I don't think I actually put this in the stream title. Let's just put it in the chat. Avatar, the first AWSDweller. I forgot to put it on the. How you spell dweller? Let's just spell it as I spell it, dweller. Well, let's just do it like this. I don't know how you spell that in English, but I'm just gonna do it like this. And this is gonna be user avatar or just avatar upload controller. Yes, it's gonna be our controller, and I will just add it a name, route name, and it's gonna be user, and it's gonna be avatar, and it's gonna be upload. And I press the caps here, but it's fine. And I just add this constant to the constant class route name. I just put a little bit of the space here because we're starting a new group. Const. No, I'm going to. I apologize. I'm going to do it like this. User. I'm gonna do the same way, same naming convention I did for prefix. So this is gonna be plural. Okay, so that's done. And now, before I actually start with it, I'll have to basically put it somewhere. Now here let's say at the moment, in general, two places where I can put the images. One is locally on your basically on server storage, and second is in the cloud. It's basically probably another server in the same cloud as is this server when this application is deployed, but let's call it cloud. So on the server in the cloud, and I will do the second one first, then I'll adjust it to be able to upload to both. Uh, just one small thing. Now I will use AWS services, S3 bucket on S3 bucket to be exact, but let's just look into configuration here. I think it's on the main login services. I think it should be file system here. Disks, yeah. There's a disk here called S3. Now this is Laravel didn't have before. It didn't have like a framework level integration of S3. It was really easy to integrate S3 with Laravel, but they keep that in the separate package before. Now it's inside, we signed on the root framework basically in the main library, main framework. Now I don't know how that works. I didn't test it yet, but I'm pretty sure that works pretty great because everything in Laravel works as it's supposed to, and every feature in Laravel is tested like a zillion times before it's deployed to production, to open to public. So I have no reason to doubt that this works great, but I'm not gonna use it. I may try it just to see how it works. But I'm gonna do custom implementation, like anything else here that's implemented customly. I will also implement AWS do custom implementation of AWS services. This time it will be S3 bucket, but any services in future I'll probably use CAS or CAS. This is simple email service. But for now it will be just S3 bucket or S3 bucket. 3 is free in my language, so I call it S3 because 3 is free in my language. So if you hear me call it S3, that's the reason. Okay, so let's just start with that then. Like I say, I will do custom implementation. I won't use Laravel's default one, but I will use these default ones here. because Laravel already has the I think it has, it should, yeah, here we go. S3 ID, S3 key, S3 region, bucket, and US use spot style endpoint. We have already that false for now. So let's just, in that case, let's just go to my AWS account. I'm gonna log into console. Now, my free period is expired. So I'm pretty sure I won't be able to. Wait, where is the root? Never sees the root here. Okay. Alright, sending the routine. Here you go. My no, don't show password. My AWS free tier expired, so I can use free tier. It's a double. Oh, I forgot to bring my mobile phone. I have 2FA enabled. It's no biggie. Use my phone. Let me just check the 2FA then. I should have a code here. Actually, no, I had to use my authenticator for this. Let me just find AWS. Here we go. 865246. Here we go. Yeah, I may show you later in some videos how to actually build your own OTP codes. This is called basically 2OTP. It's a time-based one-time password. So this is the same ones the Google Authenticator uses. It's pretty simple to do it. I did it with Python. There's a library for Python. I'm pretty sure PHP should have something similar. So I'm gonna just show you guys that later. Let me just check quickly. So this is basically AWS console. I won't give you some tutorials about AWS, but just basically you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna check my cost for now. I don't have any, but let's see what it has for S3. So it's fine. I'm on the $0 now. I probably will have some cost after this because when I use it, I'm gonna just use like maybe 1-2 uploads, so it should be fine. Let me just go quickly with you how you actually gonna set up your AWS for the new project, because you need to create the user and credentials and so on and so on. So first I'm gonna use EAM service to create a new user, and I always do this in the wrong direction. First I need to create policy, then I need to create user. Okay, I do have some policies here that I created manually. Most of those are the AWS automatic policies. I will call this one, I don't know how this project is called, test, I think. Let me just check here. It's test project, so let's just call it test project policy then. Test. No, okay, need to create policy. Okay, show service. I need to create services first. I need the multiple services. So first, actually I just need S3 for now. So I'll just S3, and I will need to adjust the permissions for this one. Basic in development you can use all permissions, it's fine, but I'm just gonna use ones that I know I'm gonna need. So for list ones, let me see what I need. List buckets, I will maybe that. Let me see, grants no, points no, buckets, yeah, I'll use that one. Multiple no, I won't even be using jobs. Multiple uploads, well, I'm gonna use that. I may use multiple uploads, so I'm gonna use that one. That's all, and now let's go for read. Let me set, I need to get object. I will need course. Here, this one. And I think that's all I'm gonna need. Get points, get bucket ACL. No, I'm not gonna need any policies for the bucket. Object version, I'm gonna put that one, but I don't think I'm gonna use versioning. But I'm just gonna put it there. There's no harm. No policies. Yeah, that's it basically. If I'm missing something, I'll just grant it later. So right, there's a put object that's I'm definitely gonna need. I'm gonna use replicate object to pull bucket calls. No, delete object definitely, create job no. Restore object yes, I'm gonna use that one too. Bucket logging, I'm not gonna do any logging, so bucket, so no create bucket. I'm not planning to do any creating for my project, so no. Permission management, there's nothing here. I won't add any basically permissions. And tagging, let's just add some tags here and delete object tagging, yes, bucket tagging, no. Put object version tagging, let's do that one. Even I'm probably not gonna use tagging, but let's just use it. And this now, okay, if you're in production environment, you need to pay attention to these ones because these 15 actions you need to specify RNs. I mean, you could specify the specific accounts and IDs that can manipulate this. In production, you may want to do that, or if you're not experienced enough, you may ask your your system administrator to do that, because jobs are separated usually. Developers, and in the rule, if they work in a bigger company, don't do this. This will be done by your system administrators, DevOps, and similar someone who maintains the infrastructure. As a developer, you won't be the one doing that in most cases. But I will do this. I will now allow all accesses for all RNs in any of my any of the permissions I added, so anybody can use these permissions, which is fine for development. Now I can add more permissions, select another service, and I will do that now. I'm not gonna use it, but I will add access here. SIP and email service version 2. I didn't know they have version 2 actually. Let's just skip this version 1 because I'm not familiar at the moment with version 2. List. Now, what this permission can do? No, actually, list, yes, list. Actually, no, I don't need list anything. I just need to write basically. But I will just add the read too. Let me just check what I need here. Now, get template, yes, I will do that one. Gets and quota, yes. No, I don't need those. Okay. Apologies, and now send email is most important, of course. That's probably the only one I'm gonna need, but let's just add other stuff that you may need. In some cases, like templating. Let me see what's next. Create template, yes. Is there added send email, update template, create template? This is right. There should be also delete template. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's enough. Alright. And for permission management, nothing else. I'm gonna use all. If I don't use all, there's more actions needed when you need to basically specify these RNs for these permissions, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use all, and that's it. Next, policy name is gonna be test project policy. Description, I don't need description. It's fine. Let's do some random stuff. Okay, let's do it like that, and that's it. No tagging, and I'm gonna create this policy now. And this policy is now created. Now I'm gonna add a user, and I'm gonna now over here usually in the production environments where you have multiple users, and you like keep in one AWS account when you have multiple projects on that account, you're gonna use user groups. You're gonna create groups, and then you can attach policies to those groups. For example, you have group that has AWS access policy, That's the same for all the projects. Then you just need add new users to the groups. Any user that's added to the group immediately has all policies that belongs to the group. And that's a neat way to basically organize your AWS account if you have multiple users they need to add to those policies. But I'm not gonna have multiple users. I'm gonna do something that's called directly attaching policy to user. This is good. Whoa. Oh, this is used 3 days, 2 days ago. What? I'm not using that. Come to code dev. Oh, right. This is actually for my job. I added my own account to that project, right? Because I was testing it. But who's using it? It was only on my local machine. I didn't push it to GitHub and everything. Weird. Maybe some automated process that uses it. Maybe it's possible. Anyway, I won't disable it. I have to check out and work what's going on, but I should disable this because now I'm out of free tier. This will cost if something is that consuming lots of some sort of traffic on AWS. But anyways, let's just put that aside for now. I'm gonna create now the new user here. Let's go create new user. Username is gonna be test project user. No, it doesn't need access to console. I'm going to next. Attach policies directly. Now you can copy permissions, put user in a group. This is why I explained it later. Explain it before. This is kind of very maybe the best approach. But I'm gonna use this because I'm gonna just have a single user, a single policy. I don't need anything more. And I just need to find my test project policy, this one. And I'm going to next. Let me just check this one. No, nothing. Next, okay. Let me see that. Okay, customer. Okay, permission policy. Okay, tag no. Create user. Okay, now I have my user. And now, if I add this policy to this user, now my user has access to SES or CAS, which is mailing service, and to bucket, right? And with permissions, I just add to that user. So now I'm gonna use this user to access the bucket and to access the mail. And I'm gonna just go to my user. Here we go. And I'm gonna create the key for that user. Here we go. I'm just gonna use third-party service. You're gonna give me some warning like the security issues about using conditions in a third-party application, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I need to do this and next. And now I need to create access key. Identity tags. Okay, now I have my access and my secret key. Let me just put this on the be right back because I'm not gonna show you my secret key. I'm just gonna copy these two keys. Actually, it's gonna be very. I think I'll have to show you because in some point I will definitely open my environment file. You're gonna see my key. But okay, let's just pretend you didn't. I'm gonna like disable this key up immediately after this stream, so you won't be able to use it. And I'm AU North 1 because I actually put my areas to services to be in the Stockholm region. And bucket, I didn't create bucket yet. I'll do that now. Okay, now I copy it. No, this is AU North. You can see what I'm typing because I don't want to show you my environmental file, so you don't see my credentials. Okay, have that bucket name and still don't have, but I will create it now. Okay, and I'm going back to my AWS and I can now show you again. Hide. Hopefully I hide it in time. Okay, now let me see. Next, I'm gonna create my S3 bucket. I just go create S3 bucket now. I can just put S3 here. It's gonna find it. I'm gonna create S3 bucket for this project. Now I can see I have lots of buckets here for my other projects. I'm gonna create new one for this project, so it's gonna create bucket. General purpose, that's fine. Bucket name is gonna be test project bucket. Okie dokie. Choose bucket, that's okay. Ownership, all instance disabled, that's fine. And I'm gonna block all public access. And I'm gonna explain what this means just after I create it. The encryption is fine. SSH3, that's default decryption. Doesn't do much if I change it, so it's gonna be fine like this. Bucket key enable. Okay, I can do that. And with settings, I'm not gonna enable locking. So let's check name. Okay, ACL disabled, so there's no ownership. Everything's owned only by this user, which is fine. Apologies. All public access is blocked. Apologies again. Apologies. Okay, takes no. And let's get this bucket. Again, let's get this bucket. Oh, there's only name this test project bucket 2. Okay, let's go that way. And create bucket. Why? Again. Oh, test project bucket Twitch. Let's go it this way. Now let's create it again. Alright. This is my bucket. Now I'm gonna put this bucket name inside my enable file. Let's just hide it again so you don't see my private key. Be right back. Alright, now I did that. And now everything is set. I'm just gonna click away from my environment file, so when I return to my PHP storm, you don't see my meta file right away. Okay, so I'm here and now here. Okay, now let's just go to this bucket real quickly. Properties management. Let's go to management. Oh, no, let's go to permissions actually. Okay. Now, why disable all access this bucket? When you're using buckets in production, you will always disable all public access. There's no exceptions to that, right? Public access needs to always be disabled. It's a privacy issue. For avatars, for example, for these avatars, it's fine. If I open avatars to public, no big deal, right? Avatars are public, basically. They're supposed to be public, so there will be no big impact if I open avatars to public. But imagine if your user wants to upload some kind of contracts, or upload, let's say, some kind of statistics that are private, some kind of bank accounts, account records, so stuff that shouldn't leak to the public. If the bot is access, anybody with URL can get to the file. It's a public. But if bucket is private, even with URL, you cannot access it. You need to have something that's called signature. I'll show that later to access the files in the bucket. And that's the correct way to access files on any online service, basically, for your project. AWS can be Azure, even Google Cloud services if it's something private, but Google Cloud is a little bit more loosey than AWS for that. You're never gonna use S3 Google Drive for storing files in the projects, except if your client demands that Google Drive is used. If client says you have to do it, there's no other way. But you probably, as a developer, you're gonna advise the client, don't do that. It's not good. It's not that secure. Use AWS or use Azure. Those are the basic best options for storage at the moment. Okay, so and AWS is extremely cheap, which clients like. They're really cheap, like the cheapest service maybe out there, except the free services. But free services are not secure as services on AWS or Azure. So apologies, yeah, I'm picking my nose a bit, and I'm having allergies and it itches. That's why I'm doing it. I know it's impolite, so I apologize in advance for all future instances when I will do this, because I will do that a lot. Because like I said, I have allergies and my nose tickles, itches, and so on. Okay, now I have my bucket. This bucket now, my user has a permission to access S3 to the policy, so I'll be able to access this bucket for that user with his credentials. Now, this is now completely private bucket. There's no public access. That's the way it should be. Okay, now let's finally go and create this avatar, shall we? Alright, now let me see. I'm just gonna for the start. I'm gonna add a new migration. I'm gonna go sell. I didn't put my get my cell up. Get my containers up. And I have some error. Oh, let me see. Now this one won't start. What's the error? Let me see the first one. Invalid route action. Oh, why invalid route action? Let me. Oh, right, because this is not. I created, but I didn't put here invoke. I'm gonna public function construct because I'm gonna need a repository. And this is going to be user repository. Alright, and now I'm gonna do invoke. Gonna be request. Actually, this is gonna be user request from the beginning. User request. And now this shouldn't fail because there's a walk now. Now this should be fine. I need to reboot my containers real quick. Because this one was exiting and that's not good. Alright. Now they're running. Okay, now I'm gonna use the new. It's just to clear it. Move this. And I'm gonna use cell artisan. I think it's make migration. Oh, it's something else in the Laravel. Make migration is it's doctrine migration in Symfony, so this should be fine. And let's call it add user, add avatar. Alright, I have a migration here. And I'm just gonna add avatar field for beginning to the user. Schema. Schema table, users, function will be table, string column, avatar, null or true, after email. Don't want to put it after email. I apologize. No, I don't actually. I wanna put avatar after password, so before created and updated. Alright, and nullable is true, that's basically it. And for down schema, table users, table 2, drop column. Did I do escapes? I did, but you not then. Like my is not light up on my keyboard. Okay, let's just do the static. I mean, for one line function, it's not that important, especially in migrations. But okay, let's do this. This is static. So I'm just gonna add avatar now. String fine, max length. Let me just see what we'll do. PHP artist. I need to do sale. Artisan migrate. Alright. That's it. And now avatar should be here. Yeah, the last Airbender, or in that case the first AWSDweller, is here. Okay, now that's it, and now just add logic for uploading that avatar. So first I'm just gonna directly upload it uh, from the basically this dedicated route to upload avatars. After that I'm gonna maybe today's stream is not gonna be very long because it's very late here. Maybe today, or maybe I'll just leave this to the next stream. I'll see. But okay, I'll just do simple avatar upload. But first, yeah, I forgot something. I actually need to integrate our S3 bucket or our AWS here. I'm gonna integrate S3. I'll go to first. I'm going to my services, and I'm gonna new directory, and I call this AWS. And inside this directory I'll get another direction. I'll get PHP class, and I call this S3 add, and now I'm gonna create new provider, sale artisan make provider, and I'm gonna call it AWS service provider. Alright, let's do that. I have my new provider. I'm gonna need this register method here. Just to see, did it automatically add the list of providers or not? Let me just find. Apologize. It's very late here. Okay, now which file is that? Just give me a sec. Is it Bootstrap? It is providers. And actually added this automatically. Okie dokie. Now in my app service provider, I need to, yeah, I need to do one more thing. I probably should be able to do it with cell. Let me just check. Cell PHP. Can I composer here? Require. I'll see how this work. And I need to add AWS for PHP. SDK. No, not this. Please don't. I don't wanna talk to you. So needy. Okay. Yeah, Google is so needy. He wants to talk to me all the time. I think this will be fine. Official one. Yeah, it's maintained. It is. Let me check installation. Here we go. And okay, I'll just delete this. I think I'll be able to do this to sell. If not, I'll just bash into container and this is gonna be it. But I can actually install it. Okay. Now there's a cheat sheets for the S3, the good cheat sheets, official ones. I've just said AWS PHP SDK S3. Let me just check where is the cheat sheet. No, it's not that one. Come on, I used it before. No, it's not that one either. I can just put examples, I guess. Maybe this one. It's not really a cheat sheet, but yeah, it basically is. So this is basically the one. Maybe this is the new documentation. So yeah, if I can, I'm probably gonna look to here for some of this stuff I need. Get client, creating bucket, blah blah blah, planning file. This one I'm gonna need this one mostly. Okay. So let me not just okay, this provider. Now I have S3. I think is this to app It's gonna be to bind. Okay, I need to extend. No, why I'm doing this? I need to go to my service provider, not here. Great Mario. Like I said, I'm half asleep at the moment, so please excuse my mistakes like this. This to app to bind, and I think it's called S3 client. Yeah, it is. Let's get this application. And then import it as like this. And this could be Illuminate Foundation, I think it's that one. Alright. And let's do like this. And now I'm just gonna return new S3 client, and I need to add version, definitely not latest. In your application, never, and I mean absolutely never put latest for anything. Because if there's a major version jump, it could break your application like this. So never use latest, always use specific number. So let me just check here what version is used this. I'm going to use the same version that's used here, and no versions used here. Great. This is not a good documentation. I know there's a better one out there. I just go with these 3 examples. This could be it. Yeah, that's it. This is the good one. So remember this URL if you ever need to use S3 for PHP. This is the best overall on the basic usages of the S3 bucket in PHP. Create upload object. Let me just see. Get object, this object, put object, this one, and there should be version somewhere here that's used by default. Where is the client created? Let me just check. I don't have. Oh, let's just do it basics. Just gonna find the version I'm gonna use. No, there's no version. Great. It's just region. Okay, let me just see now. S3 PHP SDK latest version. Maybe I'll see it here. No, I definitely won't. Maybe I have it in GitHub. I just wanna check the latest version for PHP SDK. And no, latest. Come on, guys. Don't use latest. Never use latest for anything. Okay, no, maybe somebody put version in his example. No, I didn't. Come on, there has to be version somewhere. Getting started, installing, blah blah, using AWS Cloud. No, not this. Examples, Amazon S3, so these examples. No, 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 no. Anybody has version anywhere? Let's see, create bucket. Region, just regions, no versions. Oh, come on, give me some version. Where did I get my versions earlier? I don't remember what is the latest version for S3. I just see S3, AWS S3 version. And now he's gonna show me the version probably for objects. I know I wanna see versioning. If there are questions, maybe I can see it here. No, I can't. Let's try this one. SDK for PHP. Developer guide, migration guide. Okay, let's see this migration guide. Okay, it's version 3. But where is the, oh, here we go. No, not Dynamo client, no. I wanna have my S3 client, not this one either. S3, give me S3 please. Here we go, S3, I still can't find the version. Finally, here we go. I know the AWS didn't upgrade the version of S3 from like Middle Ages. S3 was one of those. One of these, not the first service, but one of the first services they offered. So it's the very latest one. It's very old one, and now we need to region, and it's gonna be EU North one. And I put one here because I'm in Stockholm. I mean the region is, I choose Stockholm. I could choose that or in Germany, I think. I don't know which one. This is EU Northeast. This could be like Middle Europe. But I choose the North, and now I need credentials, and I always forget which class is this. Credentials. Always credentials. And now let's see, default provider, no. Let's see, Summerall with web, no. Default provider, no. Summerall, no, not even that one. I think it's not source. From credentials, this one, and I need to use new credentials now. This one, and I need to key secret. Now this is gonna be this, and key is going to be config, and you need to create configuration file. I need to do that now. It's not gonna be this one. Just don't create the separate file for AWS. Now I'm gonna use these ones in default storage. Just gonna create a new config AWS. Okay, and I'm gonna return. Alright, and now I'm gonna check AWS S3 bucket. No, I'm just gonna do general credentials one, then I'll do per services. So this is gonna be key here, and secret this one, and now I'm gonna use specific ones, S3, and I'm gonna use this, another array. I'm gonna use bucket, always bucket, and that's it. And I also need to use region because region is also specific, like a general one, and it's gonna be another. Always default region. I'm not gonna put defaults because I will have defined them in the environment file. I'm just gonna hide my screen because I need to check the environment and have my secret key there. So I don't want this to be seen. Just put the right environmental variables to my configuration file. Alright, so this is key, this is secret. Now let's find the region. And that's actually the good one, I think. Region key, and now I need bucket. Don't worry guys, I will show you how the file looks after I finish with everything. And I will just use this one also, the use path. Use path style endpoint, this one. true or false. Let's call it just spark style endpoint. And otherwise, yeah, it's not good. Just correct this. Use style path endpoint. And now you can see, you can't see, just give me a second to put more all my environment variables here. So I don't show you my secret key. Okay, I got it everything now. So I'm going back to my AWS and I'm now gonna go back live. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so variables are now here. It won't show it right now, okay. So all my variables now here. Now I can just use configs in my provider. So let's see, config is gonna be AWS or AWS dot key and secret AWS dot secret, and I will just use this with region also. Config AWS region, default region I think it's called. Let me just double check this. It's called region, and I'll need also, oh great, I forgot to put the version of the S3 here. I think it's AWS version, it should be that one. This is AWS S3 version. I need to just a second, be right back because I need to check my environment file again. I think I put it directly here, right? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna create new environment variable for this tool. It's gonna be called, just arrange my variables just a bit. This is the general ones. I'm gonna call this AWS S3 bucket, not just bucket. And AWS S3 version. You cannot see what I'm typing because I'm hiding my screen because of the secret key in the moment file, and I just put this version from here there. All right. Okay. Let's just put appropriate keys here. Alright, now that's it. I can just well, I'm live again. I'm alive. Hello. And now everything should be fine. Everything's here now. And provider, let's just put this config again. AWS S3 version. Yeah, that's fine. Just check S3 that version. That version, and here's also AWS. I apologize. Oof, I don't know what's going on. I apologize again. Okay. That's basically it. So version here, region is here, and credentials are here, and that's it. That's basically my. This is now gonna bind this client to the container, and now I can just inject it here into my service. gonna put bucket here too. S3 client, just client is enough. And I'm gonna just put this as a private string bucket, and this to bucket. I'm just gonna pull it from config file, AWSDweller bucket. That's it. Okay, so that's basically, I now injected this client which was binding to container with all the necessary credentials, and now I have my client, and now I can just can create my methods I'm gonna need on the AWS. First one I'm definitely gonna need is the put object. Public function, no, not get bucket. Put object. I'll just call it put basically. I just call it create because I'm machine uploading, so it's create here. Alright. And now let me just see if I remember correctly. Response or result, that's fine. Put object, I need to put bucket, that's correct. Here I'm gonna need a key, which is gonna be file name actually. I'm not sure I'm gonna need path here. Let me just check. Key and source file. Yeah, that's correct actually. It's gonna be key and source file is gonna be path. So basically I'm gonna put the file path here as a source file, and that's gonna be it. And now return result. Or I think is called object URL. I think it's no, just a second. Now result is the object result to get. Yeah, that's one. That's the one. Let's call it object URL. I think it's called like this. And now not identical to null because it needs to have something. Here this is gonna be boolean. I think it's basically null if not present. If it's null, then object is not uploaded. If it's not null, then it's uploaded. Just check the exact format of the response. Come on, you have to have it here. No, that's not the right actually. That's not the correct one. We don't need that one. But this one. Yeah, here we go. And the response object of this one is, that's parameters. I need the response. There's lots of parameters. Let me just check. Here we go. Object URL. I think I got it right. I did. Alright. So this is gonna be put object or create. I'm gonna now also use retrieve or get. I'm gonna use key here. Key is fine. Get object, bucket is this to bucket, and key is this to key. That should be it. And now I'm going to return, yeah, object URL. That's not gonna be actually the one. Let me just check get object real quickly. Yeah, that's the one. I need the body of the object because if I'm getting object, I need to get the object as a basically as a media type or media I'm retrieving. This case is gonna be image, so it's gonna be return object get, and it's gonna be body. because I want to get actual file, not the path or something to the file, but file itself. And I'm gonna not use delete object, so we call it function delete. I think it's gonna be boolean, that's fine. String here. To delete object, I need bucket and I'm gonna need key, and that's it. That's all I need. And return this result. I don't think delete object should returns anything. It does. Let me just check delete object. Then let's quickly on the AWS parameters. Check parameters for delete. Bucket fine, key fine. Okay, that's okay. Then result delete marker. Yeah, delete marker. I need this one. This is result. Apologies. Identical to true. This one is with boolean. And now, basically, I'm probably not gonna use this too. Maybe delete. Now, the most important one is actually on one public function list. I just call it list here. Now, let me. I think it's the list bucket. I need to check syntax for this one. List version 2 is that one is the one I need. And yes, list object version 2, and I just need bucket for this one, and then the contents and key. Okay, the key list result this to client list object. Oh, I need to just use list objects. There's no list objects. Is there something for version 2? There is version 2. Okay, and I need bucket. I don't think I'm gonna need key. Just let me check the list object on the actual documentation. Bucket prefix. Yeah, I'm gonna use it by prefix. Definitely. Because I'm gonna use what's prefixes on the bucket, and I need prefix also. What are the prefixes on the bucket? Think as a bucket as a directory, right? Bucket actually not directories in the buckets are more like basically no SQL storage, document type storages, but you can think them as directories. So if I have, like, say I'm user, my name is Mario, and I have my folder on my somewhere on the some desktop somewhere on the installation operating system, is a folder called Mario, and I have my, I don't know, Mario, and there, no, let's say there's a Mario, and I have like some images of me. I want to see that, I don't know, but there's my images there. And there's also Luca images, Ivana images, I don't know, Stepan images, and Jane images, and so on. These Mario, Jane, and so on are prefixes. And each image of the gene belongs to the gene prefix, so it will be like root, maybe images slash gene slash image 1 slash image 2 slash image 3, and so on. All these images 1 to 3 are belonging to gene index, and we slash Mario slash image 1 2 3 4 and so on. All these images belongs to Mario index, and so on and so on. So this root part is the index, right? So Mario, gene, and the indexes are images that belong to the specific, in this case, let's call them users. are lists are attached to that specific index. So if I gonna search all images that belongs to Mario or to myself, I will use this prefix will be Mario here, right? This will be that index function, that prefix here. So I need to put like index here. I will just put index here because I'm never gonna list all images without indexes. So I've got index here. Yeah, it's not gonna be optional. Alright, that's it. And now let me see what I'm actually gonna return here. Now I'm gonna list. I need to list all the files. Now let me just see the response. So contents, key. That's what I need. I need keys basically, just keys. So the is gonna be contents and it's gonna be key. So let me just result and let me just put this keys equals array. Actually no, I just can result contents is the array, right? It should be. So I could just use array filter. I should be able to do that. I hate when you have to complete this. Result to get contents, that's fine. Item fine. Item key identical to index. What? No. Just item key. Thank you. And that's basically it. This will get an array of all the keys. Yeah, this item is actually gonna be subarray here, and it's gonna return item at key from key, and now my array key is gonna be a basic array of all the keys, and I can just return that like this, and this is gonna be array. Right. This is it. So basically I'm gonna list only by indexes, and now let me just do another one. This is like one of the most important ones. Now I need to get return URLs. URL can be signed and unsigned, and I'm gonna do signed. Signed URL. This is actually gonna be string key. Yeah, key is fine. Key is basically file name, so I can just use key here. And why did you do that? I don't know, but okay. Like this, and it's actually gonna be string. Let me just now quickly do URL without signed because it's very simple. URL string key. I'm gonna be string. Oh, I already did that. Return this to client to get object URL, this to bucket and key. That's it. It's very simple. I just do it like this. We put like the same format as we have up. That's it. And now signed URL. Just need to remember how exactly this is done. I need to create command. Yeah. Get object and key this key. Let me just check the signed URL here. I think the example here is not correct. Pretty sure it's not correct. That's correct, and that's probably not correct. Let me just check. I need to create a command that's true. What I need to do with this command? This to client. I think it is execute command. I think I need to just execute it. Result. Just check what this is gonna return. Or maybe it's not. Where is point as source? command. What you're returning. Yeah, I think that's it. Result interface. Let me see what result interface has on it. Seriously. Okay, let me just check. This result interface. I'm gonna check it. Like you want me to check it. Seriously, let me just do it like this. And this is result interface. Let me check that one. No, that's not it. It's not execute. Okay. Just do that. Is that pre-signed URL? No, it's not. Oh, it is this one. Create pre-signed request. And now let me see what do I need. Command expires, right? I need to add expiry. And his expiry, I think it's like plus something. This is gonna be string. Okay, except oh no, just go TTL. Alright, and this is gonna be TTL here. And now I need to use this result. I need to return, let me just check. No, it's not like that. It's print formatted string. I think it's gonna be S. That's gonna be schema. Like this is gonna be domain. I think it's gonna be path. And it's gonna be query string, I think. I'm not sure. Need to check this result. Let me just check. URI method, no. Get. I don't have schema. Maybe it's complete URI then. No, wait, no, wait. Get URI. Alright. Get URI, it goes like this. Yeah, that one. And now I need to parts of that URI here. Get schema, get host, get path, and get query. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's just do this like this, so it's a little bit better looking. Alright, that's it. And that's string, and that's it. That's basically now signed URL. And now we have everything we need to upload a file. I'm just gonna use this create at the moment. So I just go back to our controller. First I'm gonna need a file equals request file. Let's just call it avatar. And basically I just need to get it to bucket, I think. Just check. Basically I need to now create the path. Just see what actually Laravel provides. Original name, file name. I just go file and get his file, get extension, get mime. But all this should be validated in the validation. So I don't need all these. I just need to create the file name and I need to upload it, and that's basically it. Let's just run it to AWS, and I'm just gonna need the file name here because I put the object. I need the file name, and that's it. Yeah, all validation will be done automatically. No, it's never use client original name when generating file names. You can save it to database for the file if you need it, but never use it for anything. Create your own. And my file name, no, I'm not gonna put it anywhere locally, not yet anyways. So yeah, I'm just gonna use some kind of file name. It's gonna be basically like this: printf format a string. No, it's not gonna be avatar. I don't need that. S. It's gonna be that, and another S. Actually, it's gonna be D, and this is gonna be that extension, which is gonna be S. And this is now going to be first random integer, and this is gonna be random integer is. I'm not gonna use client original extension. I'm gonna get extension a bit differently. Now random integer. This is for random integer, but not 1 to 100. Definitely not. It's gonna be 1,000,000 to 9,999,999. Oh Jesus! So 9,000,000 1 2 3 1 2 3. Here we go. That one, and this is going to be. Let's just use time here. This is gonna be basically timestamp, current timestamp. And now I'm not gonna use this one. Guess. Yep, this one. I think guess extension uses MIME type. Yep, MIME types. Because never trust client extensions when you're uploading files. Extensions don't tells you absolutely nothing about the file. MIME type tells you everything about the file, because MIME types cannot be faked. Extensions can be faked. So never use client original extensions. Always use your own. This is gonna be my file name. And now let's just how am I gonna do with this? Now for this part, let's just go to repository. My apologies. User repository, and I'm gonna use just upload avatar. And I'm just in file name. It's gonna be string. And I'm also going to need my user, and user is gonna be now fetched from the token. Basically gonna be uploading the avatars only for current user, so I can just do it like this. Then I'm gonna say user equals out user. I usually don't like to use out in some repositories, but let's just do this. Why I need this? I don't need this. I'm gonna import you. Support for sets out this one. Okay, out user, and now this is my basic user now. And I'm choose user to. Oh yeah, I didn't put avatar on my user. Just second. Alright, and now I'm gonna go here. Not here, user repository. Okay, I think I put this one on wrong repository. Yep, I did use a token. user to avatar equals file name, that's the correct one. User to save and return user. And I need to do this. You probably won't understand why, if you don't have experience with PHP stan, why I'm using this. But PHP stan will actually throw exception here, and I won't tell you why. Let this be like the task for you, I guess. So why will PHP stan, if I call out user, why will PHP stan throw exception here? Right, because if I do this, it will throw exception here. Now why will PHP stan do that? Think about it and I don't know, put a comment if you want. If you're here now, anybody here? No, it's not, just me. Anyways, if you're watching the video, just put a comment and why this PHP stan will throw exception here on this line 58. Okay, so let's now continue. User back. Yeah, okay, now now will I do this on a controller, because this will create user, but also of course I need to upload this to the bucket for this file name and file. Let me just see. Oh well, let's do that on the controller for now. I don't want to create another service, so I'll just do this. I'm gonna create transaction here. No, not this, but I don't use it like this. Database, supports facade, begin transaction, this one. Now try catch. Now this is not something you usually put in controllers, but since I'm gonna refactor this anyways, I'm just gonna just do exception general one. Alright, this is PHP. Okay, like this. Alright. And this is gonna be now rollback here. I think it's gonna automatically offer me to rollback this. Yeah, it will. And if everything goes well, here at the end I will have db to commit. Right. Okay. So I'm doing that. This because if the why putting me this? I do have catch clause. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Now why I'm doing it like this, because I don't want to upload avatar to S3 if database fails, right? So I'm gonna put this both in the try catch, and if database fails, then it won't upload avatar into to the bucket, and it will automatically go to the exception run. If if the upload to bucket fails, it will go to exception and do rollback, and it won't basically upload it to the database or save to database either. So I'm gonna use this now here, this to use a repository to upload avatar file, and now I'm gonna use I'm gonna use service at the moment, so I'm just gonna use my S3 here then. Just S3. Here we go. S3. To create a key is gonna be my file name again. I also need to put file name here. And now each file, this is gonna be file to get real path. It's a path when the temporary file is saved. I don't need permanent saving for the file because it's gonna be permanently saved on the cloud. So this temporary file can just be discarded later, it's fine. I don't need to save a permanent version of this file locally because it's gonna be uploaded to the bucket. And that's it, and same file name is gonna be on the database. I can later use that file name as a key to query it. And just 1 second, I need to put index here. Yeah, I actually need to do this like this. Avatars slash, right, because avatars is gonna be my index now for this. So it's avatars. Later I'm gonna put this into the separate file as a constant because I'm gonna have multiple indexes. But at the moment it can stay here. Okay, now this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Transaction commit begin and end, it's fine. Rollback on the exception, and basically if there's exception just throw it again. No, actually no, let's just because I'm in the my into controller, let's just then return new JSON response. And if I upload it, I'm actually want to return the signed URL. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna have this user here like this. I think I may wanna use refresh, but let's just check here. JSON response is gonna be empty. I just need status. If the response fails, it's gonna be internal server error, and that's basically it. Yeah, that's gonna basically be it. I may just add some message actually here. But yeah, I put message here to say what it failed. Just call message, and this one, okay. So I get message, so it has a potential what is failed. If everything goes well, I'm gonna return new JSON response, and this is gonna be now just not message. I will have just actually let's just return user again. No, I'll just actually no, I'll just return just response. I'll just go here avatar. It's gonna be user to avatar, and that's it. That's what I'm going to return. And status is gonna be just gonna span HTTP. Okay, this should be default. Actually, I don't even have to put this one here. Default is okay. Alright, and that's it basically. And I'm gonna test it now because it's 3 a.m. here and I need to go to sleep. I actually have to go to work tomorrow, so yeah. But I'm gonna start tomorrow. I think I'm gonna start about 11, around 11 with my work, so plenty time for me to sleep yet. Now I'm not gonna test this, but it should work. Apologies. Need to crop some image. I will download some avatar image. Oh yeah, one more thing I didn't do. Here my I did use request here, so I need to go to my form request now. Here we go, and this is gonna be now private function. Not final. It can be final, but no need. Private function. I mean, it's private. Of course, it's final. Private function. This is avatar. Let's call it avatar rules. And this is just gonna be one rule because avatar will have image inside his request. So this is gonna be just one rule. No, not like that. And this is gonna be, I think I call it avatar So is that Symfony or that's Laravel? I think Symfony has or Laravel has. Which one has? The role specifically for images. Let me just check this real quick. One is definitely gonna be required. That's another question. And I think it has image, right? Only has file. Let me just check. No, there's no image. Maybe file. Here we go. Validation. Okay. Let's see what I have here. Types. MIME types. Fine. Let's just go MIME. It's gonna be image. Is this array? It is array of strings. Alright, MIME types is gonna be image. JPG, image PNG, and image. Yeah, these ones. Now let me check. Is there more rules here? Size, min, size, max. Yeah, there is. So max is gonna be now in which I think it should be megabytes, right? Kilobytes. Alright, I need to convert the, I don't know, off the top of my head. Megabytes to kilobytes. Yeah, megabyte. 1 megabyte is 1000 kilobytes. Yeah, that makes sense. So megabytes, 2 megabytes is 2000 kilobytes. So I actually need 2000 here. It's 2000 megabytes, and I need MIME types. I need file with size, and that's basically it. Now I want to do another constraint here, and that's the avatar needs to be in the ratio 1 to 1. There's no ratio. I think rule for the file. It can be because this is image, not. Right, max. Yeah, of course it's not. Yeah, I want my avatar to be in the ratio 1 to 1. So because I don't want to be distorted, it needs to be. Well, that was close. It needs to be inside like square box, right? So I need to be going to fit there. So I'm required that it's 1 to 1. And I can put function here. I think this will work. Just check. Yeah, I'll get the file. Here I will get the file object inside here, so basically I can. It'll be upload the file object. From that I can actually get my image, and I can get aspect ratio of that image, and I can calculate the ratio and check if is it 1 to 1 or not. But I won't do that now because it's getting late here. For now I'm gonna finish this, and just I'm gonna put here 2 rules. Route name. Now this one again. Bed autocomplete. Bed. User avatar upload, and this is gonna be these 2 avatar rules. Like this. That's it. And now this rule is gonna be applied. We have avatar that's required and needs to be filed. This line type, max size is 2000 kilobytes, which is 2 megabytes. And I'll will add custom role here for the avatar. I think I'll be able to add function here as a custom one. Function, yeah, I can add function, attribute value and fail, and value here is gonna be uploaded file, movement HTTP value, and this uploaded file I can now check the. I think I have for uploaded file. I do have value. Let me see which methods are available. Extension path name, base name, dimensions. Yeah, dimensions. Here we go. If this image is uploaded file, the Laravel should calculate these dimensions, so width and height. And I can just compare this with the height, create ratio, and see if this ratio is 1. If it's not 1, then I need to add the validation errors. This fail is basically what's representing the validation object. And I need to just add fail, add new constraint, validation failure, and this will be displayed as a failed message if this validation fails. But I'm not gonna do that now because I'm kinda too tired now. I need to go to sleep. I mean, I probably won't go to sleep immediately. I'm probably to do some more gaming or watching some movie or maybe some anime after this. Yeah, I'm not really the type that goes to sleep. Even if I had to like wake up at 9 a.m. from now, I'll probably go to sleep like 5. And then I will get up, do some work, sleep again, and do some work again, basically, because I'm not really strict. I just need to attend this meeting on 11, and not, after that I can like delegate my own work times tomorrow. So I'll probably like get up at 11, do the meeting, do some more sleeping, and like start working at 4 p.m. or something to tomorrow. I'll probably do it like that. It's good for developers, not always, but I work remotely and I have some amount of freedom. Depending on the project, some projects are more demanding to be on time. Like in my company, the work hours, the mandatory hours are from I think 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I think these 7 hours between 10 and 5 are like we have to be available on Slack. Slack is a main communication tool. We need to be available, right? But my current project requirements, current project is basically I'm more or less free to not be there if I'm not. I can't. In this case, I'm going to sleep. Don't tell anybody that. I don't have to be there, right? This just because the current project is that. Don't expect to developing work to be like I can sleep to most of the days. Probably won't be able to, especially if you don't have to work on site. But if the project like mine is at the moment, my project is like deadline is this date, and be done with everything until this date. So when I'm gonna work, how much I'm gonna work, it's up to me. I could go now work, let's say now to like 6 7 a.m. Go sleep until 11 a.m. and then don't do anything entire day. If I am able to finish everything I need to do today until now to 7 a.m., which is basically 4 hours, so I'll probably be able to finish everything I need to do today until 7 a.m. from now. If I start, but I won't because I will get some sleep. I don't feel like to get to sleep at 7 a.m. It is a little bit too late because it's day outside and I don't want to go to sleep when I see the sun coming up. So yeah, I'm probably gonna cut some Z's before that. But yeah, I kind of my current situation is good, I guess. For this kind of work, the best that suits me the best, and this is when I can. That kind is when I can delegate my own working hours. I don't have to actually report to anybody at the moment. So I mean, I do have like a team lead that I need to kind of report to, but this project is very loosey with this kind of stuff. It's not strict, so if I don't report even at all, it will be fine. Probably I'll just like send my team lead a message on Slack and say I'm doing this, and he'll be fine, and that's it. But not all the projects it's like that. My project I was working in one at a parallel with this one at some period, 2 weeks period it was extremely strict. You got to be there all the times. The Slack messages were like just going. There was like it was like breathing. I need my breathing time. That was that was the amount of messages in Slack. It was crazy communication. It's a bit too much for me. I'm not the person who like to message in 15 minutes. Give me one message in an hour, I'm good. But yeah, it was crazy amount. There's a project like that. I had to be there from 10 to 5, no exceptions, even longer than 5. I had to work some overtime on that one. It was crazy tempo, but this one is very slow. That second one I'm working at the moment, it's extremely slow. It's on almost no communication whatsoever, except this daily meeting at 11 a.m. Okay, so guys, by guys I mean guys, girls, boys, women, men, and any other pronoun you want to use. I'm fine with almost absolutely everything you want to use. So everybody, actually, people in one curve. And when I say guys, I mean people. To just like emphasize that one more time. Thank you for coming to this stream. It was a little bit of coding, a little bit of talk. All my streams more or less at that. I mean, you want me to shut up? I will shut up. Just my camera gonna be off, and we're just gonna do some like ASMR, like streams when you just hear my keyboard typing and nothing else. Do you hear my keyboard when I type? I just wanna check. And there is some kind of sound. I don't know, maybe it's heard, maybe not. It's gonna be dark ASMR coding on just my keyboard and this sound for time. If you don't want me to talk this much, maybe I talk too much, I don't know. I just wanna, this is imagined by me, not just be coding sessions, but to like give you some of my experiences. I'm working as a developer now, 8+ years now, professionally. More if you count unprofessional work than did before in my college and later. So I have a lot of experience with all kinds of projects, all kinds of clients, all kinds of companies, positions. I even had a lead position at some point. So yeah, that's why I'm like want to transfer some of my experience to everybody that's interested. In these streams I won't do tutorials. You can see I'm not doing tutorials, but I'm trying to explain everything that I do. Then I think you guys may be interested in. But I'm not doing tutorials like I'm gonna give you intro into Laravel. No need. You have tons of those on YouTube, tons of those on the Udemy, on some other that are actually pretty cheap and they're on the sale. And if my personal advice is just try to go onto documentation before you buy any course, because usually documentation is more than enough for that stuff. But tutorials are all of the internet, so what I can give you is experience, which is not all over the internet. There are people with more experience than me, of course. There are people with less experience, and these coding sessions, let's call them that way, are for those people with less experience than I have. So I can share something with you. Okay, so this is for today. Now I did the avatar upload without testing. I integrated S3. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of how to set up some parts of S3. If you're interested more into S3 and AWS services in general, I can share what I know. I will do some AWS setups, I guess, if you wanna see that. Like I said, I'm not DevOps, but I have lots of experience with setting up my own services on the AWS, so I can show you what I know. And that's it. So, girls and boys, thank you for coming. And as always, it was nice not chatting with you, but I hope there'll be some comments. Please do some comments on my videos. I want to chat with somebody about this stuff. I don't have any feedbacks at the moment, so I don't know if I'm doing something right, wrong, or like, I don't know, should stop streaming whatsoever. Like, I suck, I don't know how to stream anything. I don't know, so give me feedback, please. And okay, as every time, thank you for coming. If it's day where you are, then have a good one. If it's a night like here, if you're like me, go do some gaming, then go to sleep. Good night and sweet dreams if it's night where you are. And as always, I'll catch you up in the next one. And I just realized I didn't record this, but fortunately I can download this from the Twitch. Yay. Thank you for coming on. See you in the next one. Bye.